Sincerely, let me say you that I believe that I was a good Prime Minister. Because finally, politics is facts. Obviously, it's ideas, but especially it's facts. When I take office in 1986, I received a country with 24% of unemployment. 8 years ago was only 10. 7% of deficit, surplus. 70% of indebtedness, 28. 12 million people working, 18 million people working. This is our life. This is the expression of prosperity. 64% of more GDP in Spain during 8 years. This is the effort of the Spanish society to transform the country. We are capable to create more employees, more jobs that Italy, England, Italy, United Kingdom, Germany, and France together. And now we create more unemployees than England, France, and Germany together. This is another world. This is another. This is one of the reasons because I believe a lot in the power of ideas, in the power of the right decision. And I express some candidate that good ideas usually produce good results, and bad ideas usually produce bad results. Good policies produce good results, and the facts are the facts. Now we can look in some consequences of very, very serious mistakes in the European economy and the Spanish economy. I explained before the reform of the economic and growth pact. This is it. In 2003, exists this pact. This pact is the pillar of the euro. And then in one moment, Germans and France, the most powerful economies in Europe, don't respect the pact. And both decided to change the rules of the pact. But it's not serious. This is impossible to maintain seriously this position. If the two most important countries make this, the rest of the countries in the periphery can thinking, oh, free holidays. And take a very responsible decision in fiscal terms. Well, euro is a single currency that promotes stability, but the euro have rules, and you have respect the rules. Obviously that exists an economic crisis, but you have to respect the rules. There is two hands. In one hand, you have renounce the monetary sovereignty for your country. This means that in times of crisis, you can use the tool of devaluate currency to gain competitiveness. Don't can use. You lose this possibility. The question is, how is possible for me gain competitiveness without devaluate currency? And this is the other hand. To organize an extremely flexible and competitive country. But if you lose this, and you not organize this, the result is a very serious disaster. And in some European countries, the consequence of organize not, for example, a flexible labor market, organize a rigid labor market. No practice a policy of the less taxes, there are more taxes, more costs in the economy. What is the problem? We have now lack of growth, lack of perspective of growth, and a lack of competitiveness. And you condemn the countries in several years several years, at best, several years with a flat economy. If for some countries you can take, how is possible to absorb this? You can, the crisis, make a lot of reforms, recover discipline, recover stability, make a flexible country at once. Let me say, it's very difficult. Take, for example, for instance, a very important country, France in Europe. This is one important expression of changes, difficulty of changes in this moment. This is one of the reasons because current crisis will produce political and social serious consequences, not only in economic terms, and will produce losers and winners, and produce a new unbalanced political power order in Europe. But let me, the age of retirement in France was 60 years old, okay? 60 years old. And the problem in France has been huge strikes, huge problems, because the current president decided to move from 60 to 62. To 62. What we have said, no, it had moved to 80s, 70s, 78. No, but you can imagine some people that don't beginning to working with 30 years old, 32 years old. And when I arrived to 58, can say, or 60, can say, oh, it is finished. Well, maybe holidays. Then, no, 60, 62. It's terrible. But looking, for example, my country, how is possible that with 5 million people unemployed, with 40% of people under 25 years old without a job, we cannot organize and define a new labor reform that to promote opportunities? How is it possible not to explain to people that it's unsustainable, this situation? And this is one of the things that I try to explain. Welfare state in all the European countries are unsustainable in the future. And we needed very, very, very serious reform. But if you consider that you have an indefinite right to living, doing nothing is more complicated than you invite the people to working responsibility of discipline of to do something every day in life. This is